Hello and welcome back. This is Anthony Mills. The purpose of these videos is not to make you rich, but to show you various ways to make a little extra money. One of the ways that I do this is selling on eBay. For the past 20 years, off and on, I have sold small collectibles like coins, banknotes, historic postal items, and obsolete stock and bond certificates. Now, while I've collected coins and banknotes for over 40 years, I would not consider myself to have the same expertise that a successful professional coin dealer has. However, I do have a pretty good understanding of what items can be worth and how to market and sell them on eBay. Most of what I sell on eBay has either been found in dealers' junk boxes or else purchased in large bulk lots where the per item cost is relatively low. Being able to look at a lot of items and telling if there is one or more items that are worth enough to buy the whole lot and then sell off piece by piece or in smaller lots is something that comes with experience. Most of the bulk lots that I have bought over the past 15 years have been purchased off of eBay. Usually bulk lots are simply full of junk, and the minimum price is more than really the total value of all the items. But sometimes the auctions will have some hidden gems that show up in them. And you can tell those by looking at the photos if you have some experience. Of course, being able to look at photos of bulk lots and identify what can be valuable is something that comes from years of studying and dealing with such items. If you have less familiarity with collecting or buying and selling things like coins and tokens, then you need to be careful when trying to buy and flip such items for profit. However, if you know how to look up items in a coin or token catalog, or are able to just Google them, you'll be able to get an idea of what the value could be. And certainly, if you start out small, say you win an auction that's a handful of old tokens that comes to $10 with shipping included, even if you get junk that you can't sell at a profit, you're only out $10 and you've probably gotten $20 or $30 worth of experience from it when you put in the time researching each individual item once you receive them. And certainly you could just cut your losses by reselling the whole thing on eBay, even if it's at a loss. So in my first episode, I described buying a lot of 3 medals issued by the Lewis and Clark Exposition of 1905 that was held in Portland, Oregon. Now, in the description that the seller had, they put the year 1985. The reason for this was that a former owner had written on the 2x2 coin flip that one of the items was in a year that looked like 1985 rather than 1905. The handwriting was kind of shaky, so the 0 looked like an 8. However, if you look at any of the items, you could see that the date was 1905, although it was pretty small on each one. From the screenshot, you can see that I won the lot of 3 for $15.45 plus $3 shipping and handling, which is a total of $18.45. That is an average of $6.15 per item. You, as the aspiring coin flipper, need to ask yourself, are these items worth more than $6.15 each? And can I sell them for more, with enough profit to justify my time listing them? 2 of these items are very similar to each other than one was manufactured with 2 eyelets at the top so that it could be suspended on, say, a necklace, and the other one had a small hole put into it for the same purpose. These are called so-called dollars, and within the collecting world, so-called dollars refer to tokens and medals that were produced mainly in the 19th and early 20th centuries, which were roughly the size of an old silver dollar and listed in a book that was called Socalled Dollars. In that catalog, each item is given a catalog number that starts with the letters HK, named after the authors of the book. When researching these items on the internet, you'll probably come across the use of that catalog designation. I used to have a couple of copies of that book. However, it seems to be out of print now, and I sold each of my 2 copies for probably $50 or more years ago. However, if you Google a description of your pieces and search by image, you should be able to find plenty of online guides and resources to help you identify what you have and approximately what the value is. As a very general rule, so-called dollars usually sell for $10 or more. Some of them, especially those made out of silver or those that are older and in excellent condition, can go for hundreds of dollars in many cases. The third item in the lot that I bought was smaller, and while there is no so-called half-dollar book, if items are about the size of a United States half-dollar, I list them as so-called half-dollars, and bidders are perfectly happy with that description. So how did the auctions go? Remember, I paid an average of $6.15 per item, and that included shipping and handling. The first item, which was in excellent condition, received 6 bids and sold for $31. The second item, which was in very respectable condition, but had subsequently a hole put into it for suspension, which can diminish the value in the eyes of many collectors, sold for $14.49, which was my starting bid. The third item, the so-called half-dollar, was an item that I was able to find a little bit about on the internet, and probably is much less common than the dollar-sized items in the same condition. It received 4 bids and sold for $17.44. My minimum opening bid was $9.99. So how did I do? I sent everything by USPS and Insure Everything, which carries a tracking number in cases things get lost in the mail or get delayed, which actually happens a lot these days. But I only charge basically what the actual postage is, so that's added to the cost that the buyer pays me, but none of that is really profit to me since I'm buying the postage from the post office. So I'm not going to deal with the postage amount that I charge my buyers in this scenario. So my first 2 items were sold to the same bidder. One was $31 and the second one was $14.49 for a total of $45.49. The third item sold for $17.44, so the grand total of all 3 items was $62.93. Subtract my cost of $18.45, and that gives me a pre-tax profit of $44.48. Not a bad rate of return in the space of maybe a week and a half, and it's possible that the bidders on those items may have also looked at other Oregon items that I currently have listed, which end at a subsequent time, so might prompt them to bid on items that they would not have otherwise seen in my listings. Of course, as always, keep good records, provide good customer service to your buyers, and pay taxes on profits when necessary. By the way, I live in the state of Oregon, where we don't have a sales tax, but buyers may have to pay local sales taxes to their own states, but that is collected by eBay and sent to the relevant state, not to the seller. I also did not deduct the eBay seller's fees. I'm guessing the total for those might come to about $3. If that's correct, then my profit would be $41.48. So can you make much money on every deal? Certainly not. But with some experience in spending a fair amount of time looking for items, you can come across good deals, which you can then flip and make some money on. Good luck, and describe some of your most profitable deals in the comment section below.